So some of the things that I struggle with and some of the habits that I'm still working on, it's this whole thing where like when I'm not good at something, staying in a place of acceptance and also like putting in the full effort and not judging myself on where I'm at and not, I think that's like one of the teachings of yoga is like we have to show up with our best effort and really go all in, but to also let go of our attachment to the results of those efforts, right? And just to be like, all right, like I showed up, I did my best, and I don't have control over the result, but I'm still going to put in my best, right? And I'm not going to judge where I'm at today. I'm going to accept where I'm at today, accept my body. I'm not going to judge it. I'm not going to judge like what's actually the product of my effort while still putting in like 100%. So in theory, that's really easy. In practice, it's kind of challenging, because especially if you experience an injury or, you're physically or have some setbacks, it's really easy to like give up or judge yourself. And in this past 2 years, I had like a shoulder injury, and not from yoga, but it made my yoga practice really challenging. And there's definitely times where I was just, dealing with that judgment and dealing with that frustration, and just reminding myself that like, you know what, just show up on your mat, and whatever your practice is, it is, and like accept that and be okay with that. So yeah, still working on that. So something that I struggle with, a habit that I'm still working on developing, is showing up with non-judgment in my practice towards myself, no matter what's happening in my body. A couple years back, I experienced a shoulder injury, and it definitely made my practice really challenging and a little frustrating at times. But I just try to remind myself of one of the yogic principles, which is show up, give 100%, and let go of the results of those efforts. So don't get attached to what the product of the effort is, but show up and just give it 100%. So still working on that. A common mistake that I see yogis making, and this is including myself, is like not wanting to work on the things that are really challenging for you, and not wanting to even take that first step. Because I think when you're working on things that are challenging, you don't feel like you're very good at that thing, and so it doesn't make you want to work on it, but usually those are the places where we'll have the most growth. The most unusual place that I've ever taken my practice is the airplane. I kind of feel like it's like an unfair advantage that I'm able to fold myself into a smaller person, so to speak. And I just remember one time I was sitting there and I was in first class because I had gotten upgraded. So I had a bigger seat, and I was like, I think I can do lotus in this seat. So I put my legs in lotus, and then I just leaned to the side and was getting ready to fall asleep. And the guy next to me was like, hey, that's not fair. I want to be able to do that. So I would say that probably that's the most unusual place. How is home practice different than studio practice? For me, home practice is really special because I can create and really be free. And at the same time, it's really challenging because there's so many distractions, and you're going to want to look at your phone, or you want to get something out of the fridge, and 20 minutes will go by. So staying focused is the big challenge. But what I like about it is I can really give myself permission just to play and discover new things. And I will often discover how poses fit together in ways that I never thought that they did. So I love my home practice.